Good morning, friends. In refraction of light, we are studying the two different lenses. Well, first of all, what is refraction? Why the refraction of the light takes place when it goes from one medium to another medium? What are the different laws of refraction? In which we learn about the Snell's law and the refractive index, important part of the chapter, and then the lenses. And we have learned we have two type of lenses in our syllabus, that is the convex and the concave lenses. So in last lecture I explained to you the images formation by the convex lens. Different definitions related to the convex lens and the images formation by the convex lens. In this part of video, we will study the sign convention of the convex lens. So first you should know what is the uses of convex lens. So one of the use of convex lens is we use in spectacles in which we have the hypermetropia. You know the hypermetropia? We will learn about the hypermetropia in second chapter. So actually the hypermetropia is in which we are not able to see clearly the nearby object. We only see the far objects clearly, but we are not able to see the nearby objects clearly. So this is called the hypermetropia. And for the correction of this hypermetropia, we use the convex lens. So this is one of the uses of the convex lens. And the other uses of convex lens is it also used as a magnifying lens. We use a magnifying lens, and which lens is there in the magnifying hand lens? It is actually the convex lens, which can magnify the image. And you know, if we put the object in between F and P, in last lecture I explained you, if we put the object in between F and P, it will form a magnified image. It will form a magnified and virtual image. So we use it as a magnifying lens. Also we use a convex lens in microscope. In microscope we use different convex lenses. And these are the different examples or different uses of the convex lens. Now I am going to explain you the sign convention of convex lens. Actually for the numerical point of view, you should know that how can we solve numerical, and before going through the numerical you should know the different sign we use in that numericals. Actually all the values, the distance of the object from the mirror, the lens, and the height of the object, we have to represent all these values with their sign. So I am going to explain the sign convention by using the convex lens. Sign convention by convex lens. Okay. So for sign convention, first it's really important that you should know how can you obtain images by using the convex lens. So if you know images formation by the convex lens, so it will become easy for you that how we can understand the sign convention by the convex lens. This is actually the lens. This is the convex lens. And we know it has two focus, one on either side, F1, F2, and the twice of this distance is called 2F, 2F1 and 2F2. You can use a scale for making this lens and the axis and the distance. For appropriate, for exact diagram, you can use a scale and compass. So you know that always you place the object in this direction. Again, such explain you in the mirrors that how can we use the sign convention for the mirror. The same is applicable here, like in Cartesian plane. These are the two axes, and the distance which the values which we show, which we move. Yeah, if we move in this direction, then we have to show it by the negative sign. And if we measure the distance towards this side, it show the positive. And in upper side it will be positive, and in downward direction it will be negative. So such like when we use the sign in the Cartesian plane, use same method for showing the sign convention in a convex lens as well as a concave lens. So we know that this is object. We represent the distance of object by using the symbol u. So you can write the distance of object from the lens as u. So we find the distance of the object from the lens by measuring the distance from the optical center. So we can see the distance of object from lens, which know that will be represented by u, and since we are measuring this distance towards this side, and if we measure the distance towards this side, will be represented by negative sign. So we will say u will be negative. Again, when you will do your numericals, you should put the values with their sign. Now, we are placing the object erect. We always place the object erect. So we will say that the height of object is equal to, we represented by the h1, symbol h1, and since we are measuring it towards the upward direction, in upward direction, we will say it will be positive. Okay. And the focus. Which focus we use in the case of convex lens? We use this focus, and since we measure the focal length towards this side, so we will say the focus will be positive. So this is called the focal length. We show it by the symbol small f, and the small f will be positive. So these are the values which never change at any time. It's always remains same. U will be always negative, h1 will always be positive, and f will always be positive. But the conditions for the image changes. But the condition for the images changes. We know that in a convex lens, the image can be obtained here, like the real and inverted images, or it can be obtained here only in one case, where we place object in between f and o. So the image formed is virtual and direct. So it means the image can be formed on either side. Either it can be real inverted towards this side, or it can be virtual erect towards this side. So the condition, the sign of the V changes, or we can say if we apply the lens formula. Okay, what is the lens formula? First I want to tell you, I should tell you that the lens formula is 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon V minus 1 upon u. This is the lens formula. And suppose we know the value of focal length, we know the value of what is the distance of the object from the lens, then we can easily use this formula for finding the distance of the image. Now, by seeing the sign of the V, that is the distance of the object, we can say whether the image will be real or it can be virtual. So, if the image is obtained towards this side, we know that the image obtained towards this side is always a real image. It means the distance we measure towards this side is positive. If you have V positive means we are measuring the distance from the lens towards this side, and we know that if we measure the distance towards this side is always positive. So we will say V positive is a real image. Okay, and real image is always inverted. So in this case, if you find the H2, okay, how will you find H2? So we should know the formula of magnification. Again, the linear magnification is the ratio of the height of the object to that of the image. Okay, sorry, vice versa, opposite. The linear magnification is the ratio of the height of the image to that of the object. It means in numerator it will be the height of the image and denominator the height of the object. So H2 upon H1 is the magnification, linear magnification. Linear magnification is equal to H2 upon H1. It is same like in mirror, but it equal to V upon U in lenses. So again we have the another formula for magnification, that is magnification is equal to H2 upon H1 is equal to V upon U. So okay, so we can find this value of H2, and if the value of H2 is negative, we will see the image is inverted, and real image is always inverted. It means if you get the value of V positive, obviously you will get the value of H2 with a negative sign. Negative means inverted. So these conditions are always together. And again, if you find the value of V with a negative sign means the image is formed towards this side, towards the side of object. So we can say it is a virtual image. And we know that in case of convex lens, the only condition is where the virtual image is formed when we place the object in between F and O. So V is negative means a virtual image is formed. And if the image is virtual, is it always erect? So in this case, the H2 will always be positive. It shows that the erect image is formed. So this is the sign convention of a convex lens. So you can write this sign convention in your notebook, and it's really important because numericals, if you are doing numerical, if you will do numerical, then you have to put the values with their sign. So okay, now I am going to explain you one example of the convex lens numerical. So let's do some questions of convex lens. You will write the question in your notebook. If an object 7 cm high. If an object 7 cm high. So what is this? This is the height of the object. And we know that we represent the height of the object by using the symbol H1. So we will say H1 is equal to plus 7 cm. Since we know that height of the object is always positive. Is placed at a distance of 12 cm from a convex lens. So we place this object at a distance of 12 cm from a convex lens. It means this is the distance of the object from the lens. And we show it by using U. It is minus 12 cm. Focal length 8 cm. And the lens having the focal length 8 cm. Convex lens having the positive focal length. So we will say plus 8 cm. You will find the position, nature and height of the image. Position is the distance of the object from the lens. Height is the H2. And the position, nature means is it real or virtual. So we will use the lens formula, that is 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon v minus 1 upon u. 1 upon f is 1 upon 8 is equal to 1 upon v minus 1 upon minus 12. Okay. So we will put value with their sign. 1 upon 8 is equal to 1 upon v plus 1 upon 12 minus plus. Now we can solve it like we solve the equations in maths. 1 upon 8 minus 1 upon 12, it will be 1 upon 8 minus 1 upon 12. And by taking LCM, LCM will be 24, 3 minus 2. So 1 upon v is equal to 1 upon 24, or we will say v is equal to 24 centimeter. 24 centimeter means the distance of the image from the lens is 24 centimeter. And what is the meaning of this positive sign? Since it is not negative, it is positive. And we know that the positive sign indicate that the image is real. So we will say that real image is formed at the distance of 24 centimeter from the lens. So real image is formed. How will you get that the answer? How will you get this answer that the image is real? By saying the sign of this V. Since V is positive and positive we represent the image is real. So real image is formed at a distance of 24 centimeter. Again, you have to find the height of the image. So you will use the formula of magnification. Magnification is equal to H2 upon H1 is equal to V upon U. So what is the value of H2? Okay, we have to find H2. And H1 is 7 plus 7 is equal to V is 24 and U is how much? It is minus 12. 12 2s are 24. So H2 will be minus 14 centimeter. What does negative sign represent? It shows that the image will be inverted. So it means all this sign have their meaning. So this is one of the example. Easy numerical, easy question. Now I am going to explain you one more interesting question of this lens. So I am going to rub it. When I will give you a worksheet, from your worksheet it will be question number 19 of your worksheet. Question number 19 is, a filament of a lamp is 80 centimeter from a screen. So it means this is the distance of the filament from the screen. Suppose this is a filament. This is a filament. Okay. Whatever. This is the filament. Okay. Suppose this is a filament and this is the screen. And we saw that, and according to question, the the filament of lamp is 80 centimeter from the screen. So distance between the screen and the lamp is 80 centimeter. Okay. And the converging lens means convex lens. Diverging lens is concave lens. Converging lens form an image of it on a screen, magnified 3 times. Now we place a lens here so that its image formed on the screen, which is 3 times magnified. Now every line, every sentence has a meaning. Since the image is formed on the screen, it means a real image will be formed. And it is 3 times magnified means this is the magnification. And always we represent the magnification with this sign. Okay, let me explain you. Explained in last lectures that magnification is equal to H2 upon H1. If the image is real, it means H2 will be negative because real image is always inverted. H1 is always positive. So, if an image is real, M will be negative. Or if the image is virtual, then we know that H2, H1 both will be positive. So, magnification will be positive. So, magnification has its own sign and you should remember all the sign of all the symbols. So, in question, magnified 3 times. Now, we can say the distance of the image object from the lens plus the distance of the image from the lens is 80. The sum of u and v is 80. So, if the distance of the image from the lens is u and the distance of the object from the lens is u and the distance of the image from the lens is v. So, we can say u plus v is equal to 80 centimeter. Okay. And magnification is 3 times. Since the image is real. So we will say that magnification will be -3. Real image is always inverted, so magnification will be -3. Now we can use the formula of magnification is equal to v upon u. You will get -3 is equal to v upon u. By cross multiplication, we will get that -3u is equal to v. So this is the value of v. Equation 1. Yeah, we can say this is the equation 1 and this one is the equation 2. Now we can put this value in equation 1. U plus, okay, again one thing matter here, that you can't put the values with the sign. You can't put the value with the sign. But why? Okay, give me 1 minute. Let me think. So, we will use the value with a sign. Suppose we represent this u. We know that u is always negative. So, we will say that u minus u. And this v is positive. The sum of the length is 80. But we know that u is always negative and v is always positive. So, we can say that minus u plus v is equal to 80. And then minus u plus, we will put the value of v, it will be minus 3u is equal to 80, minus 4u is equal to 80, then u will be how much? It will be minus 20 centimeter. So again we have to put the value with this sign. In this case, since we know that the sum of the length is 80, but since it is the numerical question of length, so you will use the values with this sign. Okay. Now we find the value of u. Again we will find the value of v. We know that v is equal to minus 3 into u, and minus 3 into u is how much? It is minus 20. So it is 60 centimeter. We get the distance of the image from the lens is 60 centimeter. So again we get the value of u with a negative sign. It means u is the distance of the object from the lens is 20 centimeter and the image is 160 centimeter. Now you know the formula for finding the value of focal length. In this part, in this question, you also find the value of focal length of the lens. So, for finding the focal length, we will use the lens formula. What is the lens formula? It is 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon v minus 1 upon u. So, 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon v with 60 minus 1 upon u is minus 20. And we can solve it like we do the questions of maths. It is 1 upon 60 plus 1 upon 20. And LCM is 60, so it will be 1 plus 3. That is 4 upon 60, 1 upon f. Cancel out by 15 times, we get the value of f is equal to 15 centimeter. So this is the focal length of a lens. Plus signs show that the lens is convex. We know that this is a convex lens because in the question it is given that this is a converging lens and the converging lens is obviously the convex lens. Now, one more example. Now, I am taking a simple example. This is the question number 25 of your worksheet. An object placed 4 cm in front of the converging lens. So again, this is the distance of the object from the lens. It is 4 and we represent it by negative sign. Minus 4 cm in front of the converging lens. Produce a real image 12 cm from the lens. And what is the meaning of the real image is formed at a distance of 12 cm? It means you know that the V is positive. So you will say what is the value of V? It is plus 12 cm. First you will find the magnification of the image. Magnification is equal to V upon U. It is 12 upon minus 4, that is 3. Minus 3. Minus because the image is real. And second part is you will find that what is the focal length of the lens. Focal length, for finding the focal length we will use the lens formula. 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon V minus 1 upon U. 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon V is 12 minus 1 upon minus 4. Minus minus will become plus. So 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon 12 plus 1 upon 4. LCM will be 12. It will be 1 plus 3, that is 4. 1 upon f is equal to 4 upon 12, that is 3. So we can say focal length is 3 cm. This is a simple question. So okay, I think I should explain you concave lens now. So about the concave lens. You know the concave lens? Yes. The concave lens is thin in the middle, made up of glass, and thicker at the edges. So, first, images formation by the concave lens. We have 2 images formation by the concave lens. Only 2. First one. First, when you draw this lens, you know the principal axis, the focus, optical center. Yes. Again, it has to focus f1, f2 at the same distance, and 2f1 and 2f2 on either side. So, the only type of image formed by the concave lens, it is if we place the object anywhere in the lens, like in between f and 2f, at f or at 2f or at beyond 2f, so you can place anywhere the object in concave lens. So first, one ray will be travel parallel to the principal axis and it will pass diverse. It will appear to diverge from the focus, principal focus. So you will say that you will use this scale for obtaining the reach. So first, the ray which is coming parallel to the principal axis will appear to diverge from the focus of the lens. Again, in the case of concave lens, you use this focus which is towards this side, and in convex lens you use this type of focus which is towards that side, that is on RHS. So, first one. So, this is the first rule, and I am explaining the obtaining of images without telling you the rules about the rules. The rules are actually when the ray coming parallel to the principal axis appear to diverge from the focus. And the second rule is the ray which is coming towards the optical center but will pass straight without any deviation. It will pass straight without any deviation. So this is the second rule. So these are the rules for the images formation by the concave lens. So I am explaining two things together. That is, first one, what is the rules for obtaining the images by the concave lens, and second one, the image formation by the concave lens. So you can write the heading, image formation by concave lens. So first one, when we place the object anywhere, you can say the in between f and 2f, at 2f or at f, you can place anywhere object anywhere in concave lens. So first ray which will come parallel to the principal axis will appear to diverge from the principal focus, and the second ray which will passes from the optical center pass straight without any deviation. Now what happens? They meet in between f and o. Actually, they always meet in between the focus and the optical center. So this is the image. If we are representing it by AB, it will be A dash B dash. Okay. So what is the nature of the image? It is virtual. Since the image are not actually meeting, this light ray is not coming from this point. It appears that it is diverging from this point. So we will say the image is virtual. And virtual image is always erect. So we will say it is erect. Virtual, erect. And smaller than object. It is smaller than object. And it always forms between F and O. So this is the nature of the image formed by the concave lens. Now the second one is, if you place the object at infinity. So I am making the image here because I am going to explain you the sign convention of the concave lens again in this video. So this is again F1 to F1, F2 to F2. So again the light which is coming parallel to the principal axis, from the infinity we can show that the light always coming parallel to each other. They will appear to diverge from the focus. So it means we can say that meet at focus. So what is the nature of the image formed here? Since the light rays are not actually meeting at focus, so we will say it is a virtual image. Virtual. Virtual is always erect. And it is formed at F. So where it formed? At F. These are the three nature, and the other one is it is highly diminished. Since the object is at infinity and we are able to see the object, it means the object is really so large and the image formed is so small, we can say it is a highly diminished image is formed. Highly diminished. So these are the two images formation by the concave lens. First one, where we place object anywhere from F to infinity. Yeah, from optical center to infinity. We are placing the object anywhere in between the optical center and infinity. So the image formed is always virtual, erect, smaller than object, and between F and O. And in the case if the object is at infinity, the second case is the image formed is virtual, erect, highly diminished, and at F. So these are the two images formation by the concave lens. Now, can I explain the sign convention? Yes. You should always be ready for study. So I am not going to rub this figure because it will help me to explain you the sign convention of the concave lens. Sign convention by concave lens. So in next video, I will explain you some numericals based on the concave lens and the uses of the concave lens. So, okay. Since we know that object is always here, so we will say you will be negative. Always negative. Use always negative in any mirror or in any lenses. What is about the H1? H1 is always positive because we always place object erect. So it's always positive. LHS. So we will say it is negative. Now, it always forms the same type of image, that is virtually erect. So we will say that V is always negative. Virtual image is formed, it means it is towards the object. So V is negative, it means virtual image. So it's really easy. There is no any other cases for these lenses. It's always from the virtual and erect image. And what about the H2? H2 is always positive since the image is erect. Positive, erect. So these are the sign convention by the concave lens, which is really easy. And in next video, I'll explain you how can we do numericals based on the concave lens and some uses. And then chapter will be finished. And be ready for your exams. Prepare hard, practice hard for exams. Okay, bye.